welcome back to Wolf Brother. We're now on chapter 28, end of the last chapter. Hord, Renn's older brother, Torak's worst enemy, had captured them as they returned to the forest. "Why are you doing this?" cried Renn. "He's trying to help us. You can't treat him like an outcast." "Watch me," said Hord, dragging Torak through the snow. Torak fought to stay on his feet, but it wasn't easy with his hands tied behind his back. There was no hope of escape. He was surrounded by Oslak and 4 sturdy raven men. "Faster," urged Hord. "We've got to reach camp before dark." "But he's the listener," said Renn. "I can prove it." She pointed at the ravenskin pouch at Torak's waist. "He found all 3 pieces of the Nanook." "Did he?" muttered Hord. Without breaking stride, he drew his knife and cut the pouch from Torak's belt. "Well, now it's mine." "What are you doing?" cried Renn. "Give it back." "Hold your tongue," snapped Hord. "Why should I? Who says you can—" Hord slapped her. It was a hard blow across the face, and she went flying, landing in a heap. Oslak growled in protest, but Hord warned him back. He was breathing hard as he watched Renn sitting up. "You are no longer my sister," he spat. "We thought you were dead when we found your quiver in the stream. Finn Kedin didn't speak for 3 days, but I didn't grieve. I was glad. You betrayed your clan, and you shamed me. I wish you were dead." Renn put a trembling hand to her lip. It was bleeding. A red wheal was coming up on her cheek. "You shouldn't have hit her," said Torak. Hord turned on him. "Keep out of this." Torak looked hard at Hord and was shocked by the change in him. Instead of the stocky young man he'd fought less than a moon ago, he was facing a gaunt shadow. Hord's eyes were raw from sleeplessness, and the hand that clutched the Nanook had no fingernails, just oozing sores. Something was eating him up from inside. "Stop staring at me," he snarled. "Hord," said Oslak, "we've got to keep moving. The bear—" Hord wheeled round, his eyes straining to pierce the darkness. The bear," he muttered, as if the very thought hurt. "Come on, Renn." Oslak leaned down and offered his hand. "We'll soon have a poultice on that. Camp's not far." Renn ignored him and got unaided to her feet. Glancing up the trail, Torak caught an orange flicker in the deepening dusk. Nearer, in the shadows beneath the young spruce, a pair of amber eyes. His heart turned over. If Hord saw a wolf, there was no knowing what he might do. Luckily, Renn had everyone's attention. "Is my brother clan leader now?" she demanded. "Do you follow him instead of Finn Kedin?" The men hung their heads. "It's not that simple," said Oslak. "The bear attacked 3 days ago. It killed—" His voice cracked. "It killed 2 of us." The blood drained from Renn's face. She drew closer to Oslak, whose brow and cheekbones were marked with grey river clay. Torak didn't know what the marks meant, but when Renn saw them, she gasped. "No," she whispered, touching Oslak's hand. The big man nodded and turned away. "What about Finn Kedin?" Renn said shrilly. "Is he—" "Badly wounded," said Hord. "If he dies, I will be leader. I'll make sure of it." Renn clapped her hands to her mouth and ran off towards the camp. "Renn!" shouted Oslak. "Come back!" "Let her go," said Hord. When she'd gone, Torak felt utterly alone. He didn't even know the names of the other raven men. "Oslak," he begged, "make Hord give me back the Nanook. It's our only hope, you know that." Oslak started to speak, but Hord cut in. "Your part in this is finished," he told Torak. "I will take the Nanook to the mountain. I will offer the blood of the listener to save my people." Wolf was so frightened that he wanted to howl. How could he help his pack brother? Why was everything so chewed up? As he followed the full-grown taillesses through the bright soft cold, he struggled against the hunger gnawing in his belly and the muzzle-watering smell of the lemmings just a pounce away. He fought against the pull that was now so strong that he felt it all the time, and the fear of the demon he scented on the wind. He turned his ears from the distant howls of the stranger pack, the pack that didn't sound like strangers anymore, but far-away kin. He had to ignore it all. His pack-brother was in danger. Wolf sensed his pain and fear. He sensed, too, the anger of the full-growns and their fear. They were scared of Tall Tailless. The wind changed, and Wolf caught a wave of scents from the great den of the Taillesses. Sounds and smells overwhelmed him. Bad, bad, bad! His courage failed. Whimpering, he shot under a fallen tree. The den meant terrible danger. It was huge and complicated, with angry dogs who didn't listen, and many of the bright beasts that bite hot. Worst of all were the Taillesses themselves. They couldn't hear or smell much, but they made up for it by doing clever things with their forepaws, and sending the long claw that flies far to bite the prey. Wolf didn't know whether to run or stay. To help himself think, he chewed a branch, then a chunk of the bright soft cold. He ran in circles. Nothing worked. He longed for the strange sureness that sometimes came to him and told him what to do. It didn't come. It had flown like a raven into the up. What must he do? Part 2, we'll find out.